I lost my insurance, but I was really sick. So I called and I came and I was so pleased.
She just took so much time with us, and she was never in a hurry, and
I credit her with saving my life.
And willing to see us, and just made the times work for us.
Of course I'll drive 2 hours or 3 hours to see her.
I get my cell phone. It's 8:15 in the morning, but before Dr. Susan Wasson gets out the door, she delivers a lot of hugs and kisses to husband Rudd and daughter Sarah. She then drives the 9 miles from her rural Osakis farm to her clinic in town.
I have to tell you that now that my office is in town, I really look forward to that little 9-mile commute. It's a chance for me to clear my head and to pray and to focus on the day at hand.
Dr. Wasson's office is Cheryl speaking.
I take my boots off and I put my shoes on, and then the first patient shows up.
9 years ago, she hung a shingle, setting up her own independent practice. Believing strongly that health care is unaffordable, she charges reasonable fees and accepts no insurance.
I figured, well, so I started them yesterday.
You able to sleep at night?
Not really.
In a rural setting, it really helps if you have an agriculture background.
They have 9 heifers.
And health conditions that are rather farmer specific.
The last one was a bull calf.
But also it's a way of being.
Oh, well, listen, you make sure you let me know if this isn't turning around. You ought to feel quite a bit better already tomorrow.
I don't know if you've read the book, The Tipping Point. I find it fascinating. It talks about processes behind change in society. And what happens first is when something new comes along, you have what they call the early adopters. These are the people who will try anything. If they like it, they tell all their acquaintances and friends and relatives.
I was chatting with him about my medical concerns. He told me that one day while he was out bicycling, he saw a hand-painted sign for Dr. Susan Wasson.
And then the people in the middle range start to catch on, and so then it becomes more of the norm. And then you have the late adopters who take forever to change, and they are very resistant to change. They were the early adopters who came to see me.
And I wound up making an appointment to see her.
They were taking a chance. I mean, my office was out in the boondocks, and they came to see me, and they liked me, and they told their friends and relatives, and that's really what does it.
It was a wonderful human encounter.
Since my daughter was born, I haven't gone back to a full day. It's between 6 and 10 patients.
Mondays we're here from 9 to 1:30.
For me, that's very manageable. I realize that's maybe a third to a fifth of what a lot of my colleagues see, but I like to take my time. And since most of the people I see don't want to spend a lot of money on technology, that means we have to use this a lot more. And I can't synthesize all the information that somebody gives me if they come in with something complex in 5 to 10 minutes. I mean, that's part of the reason that a lot of technology gets used, I think, is because it's speedy. You don't have to sit there and try to think your way through it. You don't have to do a really thorough exam, because you can just order the MRI. But most of the people I see don't have $1,500 to throw at diagnostic tests.
Looks like everything is negative.
Will you take cash?
Oh, of course. I've worked in clinics for about 6 years before I came here. This is Cheryl from Dr. Susan. What I saw was that the doctors in the clinic saw too many patients. Sometimes it was between 5 and 10 minutes, and then the patient would be out the door.
She said she's been sick for 3 days.
I got to know Susan when she was a student at the university. We had decided this when I was still working at my last job. Once she got established up here, then I would move back.
But I knew when I was finishing my residency and realized, that I wasn't going to be an academic, that I wanted to do things differently. I was interested in cost effectiveness. And then I went into private practice for a few years because I wanted to start my own practice. I wanted to be in a rural setting, but I thought I needed more experience first. So I went and worked for an Allina clinic for a couple of years. And I realized that the patients who didn't have insurance were getting billed an astronomical amount of money.
She's a lot more reasonably priced.
Well, when I moved up here, I wanted to change the whole world. And I don't have any desire to be out in the forefront anymore. Those days are gone. People can't afford insurance now. something has to give. I've been here proving that affordable health care is very, very possible. I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. And if I impact a few people to think a little more clearly about the big picture, then I've done what I think I'm here to do.